Why is that something to be proud about? It's just like saying I'm the first team to win the Premier League, the Championship, and the League One. Like, why is that something to be proud about?
People like the person on gem for that side. I don't say yes. And did he say something? Since the last time you saw us and heard from us, we've seen new champions all over Europe. Italian Serie A having new champion. Congratulations to Napoli and Scott McTominay and Romelu Lukaku. The Spanish League, I've had new champions for weeks. We saw new European champions last week in Tottenham Hotspur, but there's a newer European champion in town, and it's the mighty freaking Blues, the London Cowboys, the Bully Blues,
and the pensioners.
Okada men, the pensioners. I saw someone say the pensioners cost tonight. I don't see Okada. Well, congratulations to Chelsea Football Club. The victor is Tunde Akinloye. The vanquished, of course, is Faruq Ibrahim. The next team is Joba, Ogunwale, Ayoola, Kelechi, and Joseph, man of many colors. It's Izuchukwu Akawor. If you are listening on Spotify, Izu is dressed like gay rights.
You'd know.
Welcome to episode 16 of the Only Football Podcast, baby. It's what we do. My name is Tunde, of course. If you did not hear, Chelsea have become the first club in the entirety of football history since they started this beautiful game. Since the English people first played, or whether it was the Brazilians that first played, I don't know who started it. But in all those years, only one team has won the Champions League. That's UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Europa League, the UEFA Conference League, the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup.
Why is that something to be proud about? It's just like saying I'm the first team to win the Premier League, the Championship, and the League One. Like, why is that something to be proud about?
People like the person on gem for that side. I don't say yes. And did he say something? Sound like Clipper.
No, but I ask you a question.
Why is it something to be proud about?
I mean,
like,
it's not.
Some teams would never play the competition
It's not a record people want to have.
So I assume 15th is a record people want to have.
The fact that United is 15 does not change the fact that it's not a record anybody wants to have. I mean, why do I want United to be in Europa or Conference League?
Like, I don't get it. We are the first team to win football.
It makes no sense.
After reaching university, and now I'm first in secondary school. I'm going back to primary school to be the first.
The record did it recently. and I wish I was joking. But Kayode, a fully grown man, what you say, we consider him on the show. One of our career, direct Sam fan. He works here, so obviously he's supposed to have finished school. At least so we thought. Only for him to write jump and fail. He failed the first time around.
That was Jam's error.
So what is to say the second one is not glitch? Why is to say the second one you don't use person result? I believe the first one. In his own case, I believe the first one. You feel like mad. But Chelsea did not. And if for all of you that don't want me to stop talking about Chelsea winning the Conference League, if Chelsea had lost, we would have done 30-minute segment of it on this show because you are not supposed to lose that kind of country. I'm not saying I'm not proud of winning Conference League either.
You seem proud of it because
no, I'm only trying to mock you.
I win La Liga like 3 weeks ago, just so that you can introduce that Chelsea.
I'm only trying to mock you. That's what this is. I said it last week that I don't really care about the Conference League, but it's also a competition that you cannot afford to lose because you were condemned to win it from the start. So if Chelsea had lost it, it would have been very disastrous. Do you at least agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, if you've already finish university and then you go back to secondary school and you cannot pass.
What's that? This is how can this breast.
Secondary school is like primary school.
It's like primary school and then you go back to primary school and you cannot
No,
pass.
it's definitely secondary school.
No,
Europa is
secondary school.
Europa is
Secondary school now.
Europa is last potent.
No. Tunde, let me ask you. So if Chelsea had lost, you expected us to clap?
No, if Chelsea had lost, you people would have laughed.
Yeah, like I mean, that's basic now.
The
fact that you what we are saying is that the fact that you won it's not a record. And for example, now imagine Real Madrid, Liverpool, even United that is having a terrible season. I can't just sit here and tell you I want to play Europa League or Conference League so that how
I should have known.
That's a real meme.
How?
First of all, I should have known since Izu came here dressed like interior decor that he was going to be on some bullshit today. Please, let us focus here. I'll talk about the actual game because you don't have much time anyway. I don't think we want to spend time on this. But Faruq, from the position of, as the recipient of the sorry. I'm very sorry. But so, what happened while you were being penetrated?
The thing is, an old man is our coach, and he could not find any resistance.
Ageism. Speak up. Your voice was loud last week, so speak up, please. All this one we did.
No, my voice was not loud because I clearly said I did not expect us to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a game of many errors, even before the match. Like the decision to have Adrian as our goalkeeper, decision to register Bakambu as the only striker for the Conference League when you spent like 18 million on Kucho Hernandez in January, the decision to leave Victor Roque registered in the Conference League squad when you knew Barcelona were planning on selling him to make the money back. It's just a match of so many comical errors. I've not confirmed if Lo Celso was injured in that match because he played in the last league game. The reason you did not play Lo Celso in that match, I did not understand. The reason he brought Jesus Rodriguez on in that game, who had not been on form for multiple matches, I also do not understand. But yeah, I mean, all praise.
All these are Betis players, by the way, for anybody that's
they know them.
Of course.
There is nobody that doesn't know.
It's just ridiculous.
No, I mean, the guy that Palmer spun.
Okay.
Yeah, all praise due to Chelsea, by the way. Like, it was clear that the quality shown. Like I said last week, we will try to play on the front foot, but at the end of the day, Anthony is still Anthony. Abde is still Abde. But when Chelsea decided it was time for them to play, they did play. Like, it looks like Palmer just kill Angbalate. What are we doing? And when he just like, okay, I'm going to play. The first goal that I created, like there were multiple opportunities for him to release that ball quicker, but he did not. He just could keep carrying this thing. He beats the player and then just released the ball to Enzo. So yeah, like the team with the superior quality won. Surprise. Like who is
okay? Thank you very much. Joba, we don't need to talk about this final too much, but let's talk about the outcome. Or what it looks like in terms of the context of the entire season. And there's a conversation that has been happening until that I'm very interested in. So I want to get your thoughts. Would you rather have Chelsea's season?
Yes.
Wait. Chelsea's season, fourth in the league, qualify for Champions League, win a European trophy. Whether you call it primary school or secondary school, it's still an European trophy. Or would you rather finish second with similar points to fourth, by the way, my tie not be saying you use 20 points pass also. Similar points to fourth and win we beat Real Madrid twice trophy.
I don't think the answer is clear cut like that because if you're going on face value you want to have Chelsea's season because they achieved their goal, which is to qualify for the Champions League, and there's a trophy to show for it. But if you look at the totality of the whole season, I mean, it means you're going to dismiss what Arsenal did maybe in the first half of the season, and then towards reaching the latter stages of the Champions League. I mean, beating Real Madrid, the defending champion, is an amazing achievement. So I think there are nuances to this kind of argument, but if you weigh it, especially if you look at it from the Chelsea fan side of things, they achieved it's not even that they finished inside the top 5, they finished inside the top inside the top 4, and they won the Conference League, which we all expected them to win even before the first ball was kicked. So you can understand why Chelsea fans are gloating that they've had a better season, because not only did they qualify for the Champions League, they have a trophy to show for it. Even though this is not a competition you should be proud.
Arsenal in the Premier League season, 20 wins in 38 games. Chelsea in the Premier League season, 20 wins in 38 games. Arsenal had 5 more points than Chelsea, scored 5 more goals than Chelsea. How do you convince a Chelsea fan that Arsenal had a better season than them?
Well, I don't think it's quite easy to convince a Chelsea. I mean, that's why he's a Chelsea fan.
Nice. Nice. I said that one.
There's no need to try to convince them, but I do think it's part of the game. You know, everybody will try to defend themselves. Like I said, if we want to discuss football, there is no need for an Arsenal fan to aspire to want to be in the nursery school. Just to lift something on the prize giving day, it genuinely makes no sense, you know. So I think Chelsea celebrated Champions League. I mean, I think they were the only team I know that got Champions League and, you know, set their dressing room on fire with shirtless men.
Yeah, they're a young team. So
young team.
They spent 1 billion.
1 billion
to be
and they spent 1 billion to be young. It's fine. What I'm saying is they were the only side that pulled their shirts to celebrate fourth. You know, so you know what that meant to them. So I think Arsenal themselves were quite disappointed by their own season, considering it's the third time they've come second. They would have loved to add the Premier League, but they got slaughtered out.
That's
easy.
Izu, you're on fire today. You're on fire today. I think you should just keep dressing like carpet. Ayoola, your thoughts on this before we move on?
Well, I think when you look at it in terms of what the teams were initially trying to achieve in the season, Chelsea have always made it clear that they are not ready to win the Premier League, or at least Maresca has claimed that they're not ready to win the Premier League, and that he wanted to be in the top four. He wanted to try and win something with Chelsea, and he's done that with Chelsea, while Arsenal knew that they came into the season wanting to win the Premier League, maybe wanting to go further than the semi-final in the Champions League, and they've not been able to do that. So based on that, I think Chelsea would be looking at their season a lot more favorably.
Yeah, we achieved our goals and
yes, exactly. Chelsea did achieve their goals and
set better goals. Yeah, set more realistic goals. Perhaps set goal to be in the nursery school that you keep talking about, or the teams that made Europa League and could not do anything there.
Go back to the Conference League so that you can lift something.
Exactly.
I'll make a quick point here, which is that Chelsea have played the Europa League twice and played the Conference League once and won those two competitions on those 3 occasions, which implies that we're not supposed to be here. Arsenal, on the other hand, have played multiple Europa League campaigns, 0 wins. United recently lost 1 in a devastating fashion. Tottenham, of course, constant Europa League performance. Even City don't play Europa League when they don't win now.
I mean,
even though it was in the early months,
plays a part in this competition.
Wow.
So I think it's part of the club's philosophy. Chelsea are a club that wants to win, and if they are there, it won't matter that they don't think they should be there. They want to win. Like Barcelona dropped to the Europa League twice consecutively, and they did not win it. That's the way to show that you don't belong there.
No,
to go there and win
I don't agree with that.
No, I mean,
every club,
because his club has also played that.
Did you guys not lose to Sevilla?
In the final.
Every club. I don't think every clubs go into a particular competition and say, "Oh, because we don't belong here,
I mean,
we want to."
If you feel you are too good to be in that competition, you should prove it by winning
the Europa League then, because they should not be in the Europa League. I remember Abramovich saying they will not get bonuses.
I can't think of a better way to prove that you are too big for a competition than winning it. Like Chelsea have never been in this competition without winning it. That should tell you something.
I
think for some teams going down to the Europa League, for example, they see it probably as, for me, that's what I believe, they see it as a waste of time. So if they can, not like they plan to lose, but going out as soon as possible is better for them. For example, for Barcelona, it's better for them not to.
But they did try.
For them not to be in the Europa League or whatever.
Yeah, but that would work if these teams were actively resting players or treating it.
They did
But
try
the teams that are talking about, are playing their best players and resting players in the league so that they can play this season.
Barcelona fans were literally calculating that this 5 million go help our finances.
Arsenal ahead of the 2019 final made a big deal of it. Blah 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 blah. We saw what United did before this last final. We saw how Tottenham's hopes rode on this last final. So I can't think of a big team that has dropped to the Europa League and decided to be resting players. I can't even think of
maybe
one.
in the group stage. The fact that you are dropping there means that you're already in the knockout stage.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
There's no point even resting players.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not just about who is on the team sheet. The motivation also matters. And even when they are playing their first team, you can sometimes tell that they are not as eager in these competitions as maybe they would be in the Champions League. It doesn't hurt them as much to lose these matches. It doesn't bring as much glory to the club.
So it's part of the philosophy now. Like Chelsea do not care. We want to win everything we can lay our hands on. And that's why up until recently with under Guardiola, they were the most successful English club in like a 15-year period. So they're a club that wants to win. That's the club's philosophy. And I think that's not something you can shame. Like it's not like this is not the season they qualified for the Conference League. It was from failures from last season. So you cannot use that to judge this season.
You cannot play this season and say we are not winning the Conference because no be us.
They are in the Conference League this season and they won the competition, so I don't think there's much you can do to them.
Won the competition by mostly resting. They not even register most of our key players for the first half of the competition. So but again, like you said, you should not really be that thrilled about the competition. Let's move on to
after you have been thrilled about it for the first 15 minutes.
Let's move on to an European final that actually matters, which is in Munich between Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain.
Sure. This is why maybe football should start doing fraud like the NBA because nobody seems to care about this final.
Yeah, because you don't know a PSG fan and Inter fans
Maybe this part of
have
the
moved on to support other clubs for years now.
That's the point. It's like if this was
no, but it's just in this side of the world. It's in this side of the world.
If this was in Barcelona, like the Barcelona Real Madrid, Arsenal Real Madrid game before the match, like it was fever.
Faruq, yes, in this side of the world.
Not just this side, like the content people were creating on social media because people knew that I'm going to get views from this. Like if you go on YouTube now, the amount of previews you see is not that many. It won't be like if it was in Barcelona and Arsenal.
Fair enough. Yes, a lot of other clubs have more, internet presence,
global appeal,
and even global appeal than PSG and Inter Milan. But there are still people that are looking forward to this final from a football perspective, and I think that Izu is one of those people.
I mean, I believe all of us here are purists. So
yeah, I don't know about being a purist, but I do know that
you are Izu. You have seen you watch Chinese league. you are. Oh, I know that if you see me for Chinese league and they bet Fellaini, please, just help me not this boy. Fellaini, please. Well, Izu can tell you when you stop on the Chinese league. He just likes football.
Yeah, I do watch a lot of football, but that aside. I heard something about Inter Milan. I was hoping Inter Milan would win because of it. Like I still hope they will win, but I heard that they will wear yellow, and that's already yellow card.
like very bad for Tunde. From your uncle's side.
I don't know what to think about it. I'm scared for Inter.
Jerseys, are they clashing or what?
Yeah, PSG and Inter Milan's jerseys clash now. PSG wear navy blue and Inter Milan.
But they can wear whites instead.
No, because Inter. Okay, Inter has the white, but the white is also laced with blue, so like the yellow just works better.
Mixing matters. I think it's just their preference. What
they want.
It's so sad.
Wait, why does the jersey matter so much to you?
I don't know.
You have a bad feeling about it.
Yeah, if they were going to wear their normal, Inter Milan. This one they'll look like.
This reminds me of when that celeb preacher walked up to me and said I should take care of my wife and kids because they are the ones that are going to make me prosper. Meanwhile, I've never been married, nor do I have kids that I claim.
The good omen for Inter is that they already won in Munich this season. They beat Bayern Munich 2-1 in the quarterfinal. I actually think it's going to be an interesting final. I expect PSG to dominate, but I don't expect Inter to allow PSG to dominate like as they did with Barca. I still expect. I think what will be fascinating to watch is to watch that midfield battle of Barella going up against Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and then João Neves. I mean,
hopefully Barella won't have to do it alone with
and Mkhitaryan. So I do expect it. I'm not sure of Lautaro Martinez's fitness right now.
He's playing.
He hopes to play.
He's playing.
He hopes to play.
He's playing.
Interested
players for this in the final game against Como.
You know the funny thing. It's even annoying. It's annoying because Inzaghi was fully aware that Napoli were leading 2-0. And he started with his reserve players.
No, they started together. No?
He started with majorly his reserve players.
To be fair, he doesn't consider them reserve players. That's the point. Because he rotates a lot.
But here's the thing: when they were 2-0 up with a man advantage, he started bringing in players that you expect that will start the final.
So because he wants them to not be rusty. Like now, there's not a lot at stake. You can just come and be warm and get in games later. It's not like you will not play this day. Now he doesn't enter Champions League final.
It's just for them to get matches
against a PSG team that just played the cup final, so they're coming off competitive action.
It will be explosive. It will be explosive.
All right, let's do predictions before we move on. Izo.
Okay, I expect it to be very close to what we saw between Inter and Barcelona. Very explosive match. But who to carry the day? That is
talk fast. I open up like this.
But like I said, I hope Inter wins. I want Inter to win because of Inzaghi. I think he's done fantastic work at Inter Milan. But I have this feeling that that yellow card is going to. PSG 2-1.
Izu,
can you help us who score?
Izu, please, I'm uncomfortable with this prediction. You say you want it out.
My heart is going for Inter, but there is this feeling. I hope I'm wrong. This is one prediction I want to be wrong.
Let's even say, because if I carry anybody winner, they might play draw. I might get a stick on. So, talk to me, man. After the show, Ayoola, your predictions.
I'll disagree with Izu when he said it will be an explosive game, because I think
being a final.
Yes, being a final, the managers are bound to be more careful. I mean, we saw Man U and Tottenham, even though those are two much inferior but they didn't play the way that they usually play, especially Tottenham, based on the fact that it was the final. So I think that's also going to happen in the Inter PSG match. And as far as good omens go, winning in Munich is not the thing, but I mean, like I said before, when the final is played in Munich, the team that has never won it eventually wins. And so that puts PSG in the driver's seat, and I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. The last time you gave us a Champions League related start did not work out. So,
if the match goes according to the way Ayoola predicts, I think it favors Inter, because you already know Inter, they showed that they can be a conservative team and then it's on the break, which means PSG will have to take the initiative, and Inter a beautiful team to watch in transition. I think that's their biggest strength. Because like an adopted Italian.
Adopted by who?
Your name doesn't anything. I'm an adopted Italian, so I want Inter.
That's quality. That is quality. Spotify listeners, Joba is doing the Italian hands.
So I want Inter to win, so I'm going Inter to win.
Italian hands.
All right, so we have one PSG. We have two PSGs.
Yeah, I'm going for Inter. I think PSG are a little too intricate in the final third in the way they play. They don't score enough scruffy goals, and if you play against a team that is so set in defense like Inter, you need to be able to score a variety of goals. So yeah, straight Inter 2-0. I think Inter will win 2-0.
Wow, interesting. Apart from the fact that I, want Inter to win for financial purposes, I also think that, PSG are too similar to Barcelona, but are also not as good as Barcelona. They don't have enough forward quality that Barcelona have to have scored 6 goals against Inter in 2 games. So they are not going to score as much, but they are also going to have the same defensive ratings that Barcelona did. So I think they're going to be successful. I think Inter Milan will win. I can't predict the scoreline, but listen to the guys as we move on to the most important game that happened this week.
Have we not spoken about it?
The Unity Cup. It's the Unity Cup, don't worry. The GTEC Stadium, the Jollof Derby happened, and Nigeria Jollof taps once again. 2-1 Nigeria emerged winners at the same exact time as the inferior kindergarten championship final that was happening. But yes, Cyril Dessas and an own goal gave Nigeria a 2-goal lead in the first half. Ghana pulled one back, and
Asante Kotoko.
I don't know. What is wrong with you? That's racist.
Okay, who scored? Who scored for Ghana?
Might have been. It might be black cherry. Bro, nobody knows. Bro.
I mean, from cover trend.
What's his name now?
What?
Asante Edo.
Hey man, like we respect Brandon Thomas Asante. He scored in the 70th minute, so we're just joking. Respect Asante. We definitely know who you are. But yeah, let's talk about the game. Any takeaways from? Were we surprised by the formation, gameplay? Performance seems to dip from first half where we were excellent and second half we were horrible. Let's get our thoughts out now, starting with the person that I'm absolutely certain watched the game.
Yeah, I think I was surprised firstly by the formation. Played more like 4-3-3 because I think I saw Alimi, who happens to be a striker, playing from the left wing. So I was surprised by that. I was expecting him to, maybe still go with his diamond. But Dessa started. I expected that. I expected to see more players that hadn't played for Nigeria. Uche didn't play, a shocker, because I don't know what else he was expecting to see from Ndidi that he had not seen, right? I can understand Onyeka playing, but I wanted to see Uche. Chris Santos, he's been really good for Getafe this season. I didn't see him. I expected to see Felix Agho, who became available after the clearance. Play this guy. It was a friendly. But I think he needed that match so much after that Zimbabwe thing. So it was a very good start. Dessas showing us that perhaps he deserves a chance to be like a second choice behind Osimhen. 2 goals in 2 matches against Ghana. Yeah,
I was going to ask that. Has Dessas done enough to permanently become Osimhen's deputy, even though the other guy is funnier and has a lot more influencers
and his friends?
Yeah, I think his numbers, his numbers speak for it. I'm a huge Boniface.
I don't call anybody name.
I'm a huge Boniface fan. Yeah, you didn't call anybody, but I know who you're talking about. But I have to.
Last person to call his name never recover.
I'm a huge Boniface fan, but I think Dessa has 3 goals in 3 starts. I think it's criminal that Dessa has only played 7 matches for Nigeria.
You're definitely not going to get that influencing gig.
Well, I'm not an influencer.
He's been doing fine without it. So.
Yeah, so I'm okay. I think I'm probably one person who I would tell Boniface the truth. I mean, he's a baller. He doesn't change it.
Why they carry you travel? People when they talk truth, they talk here as we speak.
That's also fine. That's also fine. But I think Dessas deserves to be there. He's very good. His movements and so on and so forth. So I would love to see more of him. Even he doesn't need to start, but for someone that can make an impact when Osimhen is not, I think he has better movement and a very good goal threat as well.
He also has more goals.
More goals, yes. I mean, this season he has 30. I think when you look at, apart from the Giants, when you look at other guys that have, the kind of height that strikers should have. He has the next highest number or something. Like he's got 30 goals across competition this season for club and country. So this is the kind of guy you need. So that when you're taking out Osimhen and you know that there's someone else that's at least in the Super Eagles, he has also shown that he can supply numbers. So for me, it was an interesting game, but I needed Chelle to play some of the guys who, he said he brought this game, and the Unity Cup was for him to test statics and test some players.
So are you impressed with what you've seen so far?
I'm not really impressed. Maybe we started very well. Like I said, I wanted to see people that we've not seen
before,
right? That is the testing.
That's
for
what
me.
testing is.
Yeah, that's what testing.
And Ghana seemed to do that because there were lots of.
They had an one of the defenders was from the under 20. That's testing.
Oh yeah, that's
like seeing what.
I didn't see the point of even having Ogunwale play that
No,
game.
it's fine to have them, right? Because I think some of these guys will still play against Russia. It's okay to have them put competition in the team and all that. But at least, for example, if Uche is battling with Ndidi during training, it's fine. Let him know that it's not going to be easy. But start Uche.
Because for this inconsequential game.
Yes, and he shows you something that you've not seen. I mean, we know Ndidi.
Yeah.
Even Onyeka, we know Onyeka, right?
We know Chukwueze and Iheanacho are not bringing anything.
Yes.
But
so
Chukwueze provided the assist.
Yeah, so I think I was slightly disappointed.
Let's talk about the ones that did start. The new guys. Which of them caught your fancy? Sadiq Ismail, of course, assisted the first goal. But anybody else? Who passed the audition?
I think
was that
I watched the game. I watched the game, and I was surprised that I
No, he came on.
He came on.
I mean, I watched the game. Did not occur to me that Ahmed Musa was on the pitch.
Also, I have something to say about Ogunwale also. Yes, I know because of the AFCON performance and all that but I just think sometimes he's unnecessarily cocky. I mean, sometimes you need to be fast with your decision. I think he even cost us in the game against Zimbabwe, where we could actually be fast in transition, release the ball on time and all that. You're always slowing the pace of the game, and I felt like yesterday was a perfect game for Chelle to test Maduka Okoye, because Maduka Okoye is not even in the squad to face Russia. And we are playing the final against Jamaica on Saturday, which makes me look at it. Are you saying you're going to play him in the final against Jamaica? So what if you're not going to play him in the final against Jamaica? So what's the point of you bringing him again? We've seen enough of Nwabali, and sometimes he affects the fast pace and all that, the transition.
It's starting to feel like Nwabali's spot is guaranteed. Faruq, is that like it feels like there's no chance for there to even be a number 2 at this point?
If that is the case, like I said, then test somebody else, because
it's clear that that's what they are trying to communicate, and I don't know if I have so much issues with it, because you want the goalkeeper to feel confident that a spot will not be taken away, because you don't want the goalkeeper's position is one that you don't want him to have any doubts. You don't want him to second guess himself while making decisions. Yeah, I get that friendly games are coming up and that maybe play these other guys, but I don't think that it's that outrageous for Ogunwale to play these games, because there was a time we were rotating Maduka Okoye and Uzo, and it seemed that whenever Uzo is playing, he's being judged by what Maduka Okoye did last, and whenever Maduka Okoye is playing, he's being judged by what Uzo did last. So I don't know if we want to go back to that situation. Maybe let it be clear that it's Ogunwale and nobody else, and then Maduka can start playing when he's injured. I don't know. I just don't want us to go back to the situation where we are not sure if it's Uzo or Maduka. We have 2 mids and we have to just pick who is playing on which day.
Anyway, as Joba rightly mentioned, the final is on Saturday. The third place game is also on Saturday. Trinidad and Tobago will play against Ghana. Trinidad and Tobago lost the Wagwan Derby to Jamaica 3-2.
By the way, the Coco Master will be performing.
Who is that? It makes sense because the last time you played Unity Cup, it was hot. You have to bring a defunct musician for a defunct tournament.
The point he mentioned, I think maybe Nwabali need to, or maybe some of us need to understand what made Nwabali to really shine. I used to think he was really good with his legs, but when you remember the AFCON, he was not taxed with using his legs. Yeah. Now he's getting taxed because so he made his name and the whole heroic this thing with his hands, being a very good shot stopper for us. So now he has to use his legs, and I think it is the legs that are actually making the mistakes, and like we saw against Ghana. Yeah. So perhaps it seems we have to cut off the leg.
What?
It makes tactical.
Wow.
Maybe he should replace his legs with
that's what I'm saying. So maybe get him back to this thing, because he's obviously not looking very much comfortable in terms of playing out and getting people involved. And I think that's one big problem. So maybe we should go back to what really made him the hero that he became.
All right. Let's just move on. Breaking news, by the way. Chelsea and Liam Jollof, here we go. So I don't know how to feel about that, but we'll probably talk about it in length next week. I mean, if you are Liam Jollof and you have to say United, I'm joining the Champions League. From Championship to Champions League. That's what we pray for.
We're happy for him.
That's what we pray for in life. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I don't usually pray for people's downfall, but I'm going to be very happy when he flops.
Faruq, please, let's move on.
It doesn't even have to flop.
Let's move on, please. It's joints for 30 million. I don't think there's much flopping that can happen here. Also, it cannot be much worse than Jackson. So let's stick it with Nigerian football. The Super Falcons play on Saturday as well. That's tomorrow. Against Cameroon in a friendly at Remo Star Stadium. I don't think there's a kickoff time yet, so I want to say people should go and watch and support them.
Yeah. So Paul Sports will try to be there very early, so they might.
Whenever you play,
they might play it around 5 a.m. We never can tell.
Whenever you play it, I'm here.
We're going to be there to see.
And that is it. Remo Star Stadium. They will pursue you. Just so that you can prove that I just see a
Cameroonian player that is very good.
Oh, of course. What's our IG?
Yeah?
If I know what Izu means by very good. Izu scouting network is special. Anyway, still sticking with Nigerian football. In the NNL, there's drama in every cadre, but this I know it's in my eye, don't see. Believe me. I know it's in my eye, don't see. But in the NNL, the second division, Sporting Lagos and Gateway, there was some fantastic refereeing.
Yeah, one of the best I've seen.
So great that trending, and I was seeing people with theses. Sporting Lagos people, they are they always talk about how it should be done.
They speak when it is too much. I think they've gone through a lot of officiating.
A lot of teams have gotten away with this because nobody speaks.
Yeah,
everybody just accepts that Nigerian football.
This one was too good.
Too glaring.
Yeah, to ignore.
I've never seen a player go for celebrating.
Got 2 yellow cards for scoring.
For legitimate goals. Oh.
How dare you score when I'm trying to read this game? Baba, they don't pay me if they score. I'm sure after the first I won it. Don't score. Allegedly.
Manufactured penalty. That was not enough. Ruled out first goal. Ruled out the second, red card, and then in his ultimate glory, went to Facebook to declare that I was successful.
Like a typical Nigerian politician.
So the referee's name is Kudus Adebayo. First of all, I have to say this. I'm not defending the referee, but I was also not happy that he was kind of doxed. I don't think his Facebook should have been publicized that way. He posted it on Facebook by himself, so you can't. So yeah, I know it's not doxing, but it's also kind of people now quoted it and direct.
No, he made it easy.
But his comments, Alhamdulillah, which already tells you. It's ended successfully 2-1 in favor of Gateway. This is the referee. This is the referee. Not the Gateway club chairman.
It was actually
He said, thanks everyone for your support. Translation. Allah thought yeah, I don't see her.
Today, it was this post that annoyed people the most.
You know Facebook is a different one. And that's the enters that they call it Papa. But on Facebook, the comments, shukran. More baraka.
You know, the thing is, the way Facebook works, people that will see the comments are your friends.
Oh, okay. So I must just be the one that has 8 friends because my comments are never positive. Anyway, the news is that the referee has been suspended, so we hope the money was substantial.
NFL was angry.
So
Because it trended.
because it trended, that's what it is. So that's the importance of clubs speaking out. For other clubs that don't speak out, it's just gone.
Should be more than suspension.
So maybe more will come out of it. We'll let you know, of course, and anything else that's happening in Nigerian football. But for now, we have to round up with a game. It's been a while. We've been too serious on this show for a long time. But I'm bringing back the game that we played last time, which is mention a club. The 2 clubs that I mentioned.
Joba cheated on.
Yes, mention a player that has played for both clubs. So
I get cough.
Izu and Faruq.
I get cough.
Izu and Faruq, go. 3.
Make Ayoola and Joba start.
I get cough.
Okay, they're right. Ayoola and Joba start. 3, 2, 1.
Lazio.
Juventus. Nedved.
That doesn't work.
Also, yeah, that doesn't work. How does it
You
work?
have to call it together.
Yeah, you're supposed to call it together. When he said Lazio, because
Those lags already.
oh yeah, so no lags. 3, 2, 1.
Palermo.
Milan.
Let's go.
Montolivo.
Oh yeah, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Newcastle. Bayern.
Newcastle.
I
I don't think there's anyone. 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
3, 2, 1.
Liverpool.
Sorry.
Now you go disqualify.
This is your last chance.
Just
This is
do
your
fun
last
fact. Just do fun fact. No, they do.
3, 2, 1.
Enyimba.
These people are playing us. Izu and Faruq. 3, 2, 1.
Atletico Madrid.
Suppose.
Lenglet.
Clement Langley.
Overshadowed.
No, they didn't come back.
Toby.
When?
Wait.
Before Tottenham.
In the claim, La Liga fan.
He's also a Premier League fan. I don't understand.
Oh yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Manchester United. Carrick.
Izu wins, so he gets to face the final boss of football knowledge.
Both of you are out.
Okay, let's give them one more chance. Oh yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Leverkusen. Balak.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so Izu versus Joba then. To determine who faces Chelsea in the Conference League final. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Betis.
Izu now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Olympic
Spurs.
Marseille. Spurs. Niang.
Who is there?
Did he play for Spurs?
Yes, now Niang played for Spurs now.
The AC Milan Niang.
Niang played for Spurs now.
Is it the AC Milan Niang? Which Niang?
I don't know the name.
Please, you cannot just be making names up here. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Portsmouth. Tony Adams.
That can't be Sabi.
No, Tony Adams. I said Tony Adams. I said Tony Adams. No, I said Tony Adams.
Okay.
I said Tony Adams first. I said Tony Adams.
Kanu is a shorter name now.
Yes. Even though you started first. but where is it they call the NIA? They call the NIA, they call the social security number. Is it not talk Kanu? Tony Adams, I'll show you this case. All this don't concern him. Is it you want to face me or not?
I don't know why we'll have to always face you.
I like consent. Do you want to face me or not?
I don't know why we have to always face
Consent, I beg. Are you facing me or not?
you. No.
Izu, you will face me. Count us in.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Real Madrid. Ferran Torres. No. Xabi Alonso. I said Fernando Torres.
Why did you play for your
No, like I was it just came to mind. I can't get them. Person will don't get them alone. I don't face them.
You make me laugh. You make me laugh. What do you want me to do?
Oh yeah.
Izu, 3, 2, 1.
Chelsea.
Barcelona.
Romeo. Oreo Romeo.
Romelu call.
Una just hate me for this show.
I caught the wonder.
You know what else? For no reason, 2 weeks you never see Faruq play for Chelsea and Barcelona.
The first one, you don't confuse everybody.
Of course. See, Una just hate me because I black. And I dance same to Boniface.
Waiting Boniface, do you?
You also hate Boniface for the same reasons.
Why? I don't hate Boniface.
That's why you're campaigning for Desert, because he's light skin and he has blue eyes.
No.
Positive articles on Boniface than Izu.
I mean,
Are you telling Boniface this?
I would if I could.
Hey, no care. Now that negativity in the fine.
Ah.
But let us move on that note, ladies and gentlemen, episode 6 has come to a successful end.
Yeah.
Very eventful episode. Alhamdulillah. It ended successfully.
that should be the title.
Shukra. Wait, can we actually make an Alhamdulillah this Spotify episode that's always Spotify do something about it?
You can.
We can?
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah on
I
Spotify.
mean, it was a funny post.
I mean, the
terrorist on the show. Wow. Why would you say that? Why would you call him the terrorist of the show? Wow, that is crazy. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, before we get further cancelled, we thank you very much for your love, support, and appreciation and helping the shows end successfully as usual. Much shukran to you and your loved ones. Alhamdulillah, baby. Please.
Kudus don't go like himself.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Thanks everyone for your support. Comment your thoughts. Tell us your favorite anchor, your least favorite anchor. We'll get rid of them really. And why is it Faruq?
Just because I don't participate in the shukran, alhamdulillah.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe, stay dangerous, look with both eyes. Bye.
Shalom.